that the statements I shall make
that the statements I shall make
at this hearing
at this hearing
and before this committee
and before this committee
shall be the truth
shall be the truth
and to the best of my information
and to the best of my information
and
and belief,
belief, and in accordance with the provisions
and in accordance with the provisions
of all relevant laws
of all relevant laws
regulating this hearing.
regulating this hearing.
So help me God.
You have a copy of your CAC document here.
Yes.
Bring it close to you. Okay. Let me remind you that whatever you say here today, you have to be very careful so as not to lie to this committee. You have been placed under oath and it will be used against you. Are you saying that the name is Mr.
Obina Ajoku?
Obina Ajoku?
Yes.
And you are the company secretary for Efab?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Now, you can stand in for the chairman, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have a letter of intent.
As I explained yesterday,
Do you have a letter of intent?
No.
Do you have lease agreement?
Yes.
Okay, you have lease agreement. Okay. FCT, what do you have to tell us about Efab?
Hello. What we require from them is the title document, the instruction to survey, site development plan. That is that number. When we went to sites, we mentioned them. Okay. First, the title document. Then the second one, instruction to survey. The third one, site development plan. And the fourth one is building plan approval. Then the engineering infrastructure plan. So those are the requirements that we need. They should present the documents for.
Efab, do you have all that have been required of you?
The only one.
What's the fifth one you mentioned, the last one?
So engineering plan approval. Engineering design.
So, do you want to respond to that?
Yes, Honorable Chairperson. We have the site development plan. It's attached to our submission because we are asked to, we are in respect of 3 of our estates. So, okay, what is there? It's 56. I don't know, 56. That's on the one. They started with 50 hectares situated at the Kogoma district, as contained in file number MOFCT LA 2001 MOF 8339.
So it's what?
56.
I think it's not okay. 23. Okay, I have to. Okay.
This This one.
Do you have a copy? Hospital. Secretary, can we furnish that? We have enough copies. Now let it go round. This one is done. Is that a site development plan?
No, sir.
Use your mic.
This is not a site development plan.
What is it?
Not site development plan.
That's a survey plan. So, do you have a site development
No,
plan?
this is what they gave us when we signed the development lease agreement.
You.
Yes, no, as I explained yesterday, in 2002, for mass housing development, you submit your building plan to the committee, sir, if I can explain, sir. You submit, there's a committee that the then minister constituted when they wanted to start this mass housing. You submit
Which
your...
minister is that?
Abagana. Engineer Abagana. He was the one that started this mass housing development. That time you submit your application to that committee, the constitution. The committee was made up of people from engineering, development control, and they will go through your submission. If they have any correction that they want you to make, you make those corrections and bring it back to them. Okay, if they give you approval, they will issue you a letter that has been approved. You will now go and execute the development lease agreement. This is the letter. If you check on our data, our submission. Sorry, we didn't number it. The third page, 26 July 2002, signed by Ghana Biegana, Secretary, MHDC.
Please use your mic so they can hear you.
Yes.
I want you
On the third page. I don't need to have seen it.
He went all the way to
I'm very
Efab,
sorry that we didn't.
and you have to
page
listen to him. Do you have a copy of where he's talking? So when he's talking, you have to check it as well.
I'm sorry we didn't page it. So that's the letter they gave us. After that, after we got this letter, we now went and executed the development lease agreement. And based on the drawing we submitted, on the development agreement, HCDA surveyor, because then you have to go and make your own license surveyor. We use RMA consultants then to go and survey the land they gave us. We took it back to HCDA countersigned on our survey map. Based on that, we did our fencing and commenced development. That was our proposal.
Did you hear his explanation?
Yes.
Is that true?
Okay. Actually,
You'll be required
You will be required to make a perimeter survey of the land under the supervision of Director of Planning and Survey of MFCT before presenting your development plan for approval. It means at this stage you have not presented your development plan approval. This letter is simply saying you will be required to make a perimeter survey of the land under the supervision of Director of Planning and Survey of MFCT before presenting your development plan. And at this day, this letter you say convey approve the development plan. And at this day, you can't even submit it because they are not even required to approve. It's only after all this that you will be required.
Honorable member of the committee, if you check our development lease agreement, it's dated 10th day of October 2002.
And if you even continue reading it, it says you will also be required to comply with any other requirements as advised by the state officers before final approval by the Honorable Minister. So how do you explain this?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Honorable Chairperson. If you
What
read
are
our
you saying?
development disagreement, yes, that letter, for that letter, they wrote it here, but when we now went, yes, it's contained there, we now went and did that we should get approval. We now went and did our survey plan, which they approved on the 15th October 2002.
Which letter were you talking about? The first one?
The first one was the one that dated 26 July 2002.
26 July 2002, okay.
That's the agreement itself that detailed the terms and conditions. So that's why we are supposed to go to site. Yes.
Secretary, can I have a copy of this document? I've given my own.
2002. No, this I said 3rd day of October 2002. That is the government disagreement. The development disagreement is on first day. 48. 48. I have that. Yes. Site did not. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we say that is attached to this agreement, but they say that it's not the site development plan. It's not the site development plan. So that's this means that they are direct signed for us. Yeah, yes. No, I have shown you here for the that was the dispute. So that's what we thought that they meant, because that time they didn't tell us this. This is what they asked us to go and do. We went and did it and brought it back to them and they approved. They are not the ones that did it, it's Arimat consultants. It's signed there by the director. Let's say that it's not.
Sorry, do you understand the question or the importance of site development plan? Because site development plan, I don't think you quite.
What a site development plan is and what it contains, and he should tell us if it's there or not. Let him speak.
Excuse me, sir. You speak to Madam Chair and then let her direct us. So you don't say your officer will talk and block the honorable member from speaking. Point of correction.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. So just off your mic, sir.
I'm sorry.
Efab, please, can you confirm from them, at any time, have they written to you about this confirmation on whether this site development plan or this is...
They have not written to us.
Do you have any official correspondence to them in regard of this subject? Please respond, sir. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'm not site. You have your paper, your documents after your letter of intent or ROFO. The next thing is the survey to plan, like the surveyors have rightly pointed out, which he has done and what he showed here. Then after that one will show you the perimeter of your plot and everything. Then it now comes to issue of site development plan. What we intend to do on the 52 point something hectares you have, that the arrangement of your plot and everything, roads and everything. Then we are very we develop the tree density, and then we are very concerned primarily about the auxiliary uses that those people there that are going to accommodate them will use. So if you are having 52 hectares there, what are they? Are they not supposed to have place of worship? Are they not supposed to have like commercial outlet, open space within them? Those are those things we want to look at
the arrangement and everything to make the area harmonious for them.
Thank you, my brother. We've had it. You may wish to recall what about this when we went to site. It was the infraction we noticed that brought about this us acting to a site development plan. Because we noticed that all these facilities the man is trying to is not available, and that was why we decided to where is a site development plan. From this document, this survey showed us. Can it show where your road is, your internal road network is, your regional center, we did this your road network. I mean, we did this plan you are showing us.
So now that you know what a site development plan is, where is your own?
That he was trying to raise was the fact that first and foremost, let's put something in perspective. And that is, I'm a planner, and the fact was the Lokogoma and the Umbora, which I can talk about, is actually, there was no building plan approval. As of that time, what they did was to submit to a committee, which I'm sure nobody will really deny that our old is FCDA. But there was room for as-built approval.
Did you say there was no building plan approval?
Yes, it was committee.
As of that time?
As of that time when they started it. But they were now giving a window for everybody to start that processing. And we wrote. Then I was appointed as a consultant. And we wrote. We started with Umbora. We've not done it to Lokogoma. But I'm sure, even with our surveyor, first and foremost, what we needed was to get the data. So we asked for the I to F. And they're giving us I to F. That is instructions to survey for Lokogoma and for Umbora. So based on that, when the surveyor finished, I did as-built approval of site development plan and submitted to urban and regional planning of Umbora. This is it, which was acknowledged first. I'm not, let me just, sorry man, okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry.
You said you did as-built plan before commencement of project or after as-built?
As-built is after.
Sorry, sir. As-built is after. That's why I'm saying I was brought in and we looked at the scenario. The window was given because they wanted to process CO.
A window was given when?
So I can't.
This thing looks very fresh. What date is written there?
It's 2020. We started the process 2019. You understand? When we moved.
What's the date on it?
3rd of February 2020. No, when it was received. But this is not. Like this for Umbora. That's what I'm trying to explain. That we now started the Umbora. We started with Umbora.
So Umbora have the same issue. Both of them have lease agreement.
Yes.
Of 2003.
2003, 2002.
And you never went for recertification or revalidation up until now.
With due respect to the certification and validation does not affect us. Mass housing development is like landlord-tenant relationship. It's for a specified period of time. When they did the certification, mass housing development was not among the plot that was being recertified. They have their regulation.
Okay, let me tell you the rules of mass housing. Rules of mass housing, when it's completed 100%, you hand it back over to FCT. Have you done that?
No, it's not.
That does not also affect him.
No, the agreement is that when we complete 100% and we have sold,
yes,
we submit the names of people that bought from us to HCDA for HCDA to prepare title and give to them because we don't have title. It's a special program.
And also hand over the site. Do you have?
We're not going to hand over the site.
I'll read it out to you.
Okay.
Do you have a copy of the FCT guideline, mass housing guideline? If you want to go by the mass housing guideline, anybody from there? Tell us.
You are very correct, CFO, and we have given them all the requirements. I believe they are still working on it, though very slow.
But since they say that is because what is on this is agreement, when we finish building, we submit the next people that bought from us to FCT to issue them title. And the remaining ones that we have not sold, FCT will issue us title.
That is correct.
That's what we know.
If your papers are in place,
yes,
you submit their names.
Yes.
For issuance of title document.
Yes.
That is 100% correct.
That's what we know.
But are your papers in place?
Yeah, they're in place. Because as I explained, unless you have the powers to instruct them to go back to their archives. During the minister Abagana's regime, who started this mass housing, the government approval was issued by the committee. It was FCD that they went and fixed those because and we did the first. It's the committee that.
So are you telling me that all the ministers who came and gave that window for everybody to come to regularize their documents, you never went?
We never went.
You are claiming that you didn't go because it doesn't affect mass housing.
Yeah,
that is not true. You and I know that.
If they will show you an example, if they will show you an example of someone that was giving mass housing development.
I was in the committee of Bala Mohammed's administration, where they called for a certification and regularization of documents, and a lot of persons came to regularize their documents.
We did
including mass housing. So what are you telling me? That mass housing is not among those jobs.
If you see their communication in respect of regularization or certification, mass housing is of the cost.
It's not for us to argue.
Sorry, I'm very sorry.
As it is now, just speak to your documents. That's what I want to. Now, you have shown us survey plan. We want site development plan approval. Do you have it or not? Use your mic.
If we go and check our cost, we have it because if we go
you don't have it.
We don't have it.
I challenge you, not here. You don't have it anywhere.
When we submitted our building, our proposal, even in the agreement, there is a number of houses that we are going to build. That means that we specify the building that we are going to build, where there will be the common areas, where there will be churches. It's very stated in this agreement.
Do you have approval?
That's what I explained, Honorable Chairperson.
Do you have approval?
Yes, that it was given by the committee, not by the government control, by the committee.
Which committee?
The committee that was set up by the then minister.
Is that where you got all your approval from?
Yes, and that's where we did all our presentation.
Do you have any record of such committee? FCT.
Efab does not have building plan approval from development control at any point in time. I don't have any record.
What do you have to say about that?
I don't know how to explain it again, Honorable
Explain it.
What I'm saying is that as at 2002, that we got these allocations. We have other ones that we got during Bala, and we have approvals on those ones. As at 2002, that they gave us this one, it was the committee that scrutinized their documents.
You have other ones that have what?
That have approval.
So you know the importance of approval?
Yes, that's that we know the importance. But this particular old ones, it was based on the approval that was issued by the committee that will mobilize the site.
There is no approval. You don't have it. If you have it, you bring it. You'd have brought it with you. You don't have it.
We submitted the drawings.
And remember, I reminded you before I started that you are under oath.
And I'm going to speak only the truth and what I know.
That's not the truth.
No, we submitted the drawing we used in building.
Back it up with evidence.
We submitted it.
To who?
To the government.
Bring your copy. Where's your copy?
I think you are just wasting our time.
I'm very sorry.
It's a very simple thing. This is to be the people here are supposed to be the custodian of all the documents. To me, Efab is a disappointment because it's one of the largest or biggest estate developer in Abuja here. If you are struggling on documentation, it is too bad. And you are here arguing, the people, the custodian, they are telling you they don't have it, and you are arguing that you have it. Not your time. You bring into this mess, not your time. If you are those small boys now, we can agree. If your document is incomplete, maybe this thing is, you are doing it maybe deliberately, so that by the time you move out of your where you are located and do other things, they will not know. You shouldn't be lacking documentation. You shouldn't be lacking documentation. It's too bad.
I'm finding it difficult to understand how you can build and say someone gave you go ahead because it's not approval. Someone gave you, a committee gave you go ahead to
Can we have
without
the satellite image?
your plan, without approving your development plan. Because even in your agreement that you've been talking about, if you go to in the lease agreement, I think is it page 8 or something. Part of the provisions there, 2, Roman figure 2, it's expressly stated there that your building, whatever you are erecting, must be in conformity with the plans. And if you go to because your document is not clear, I don't know if this is deliberate. If you go to the page after it, it says that in the approved plan. So, they have 2 page 8 here. The agreement, the sub-lease agreement. Yes. Are you there?
Yes. Yes, 3.
Yes. The next page. Yes. If you see it there, it said out in, I can't make out the rest of what it says. In the approved plan. So what approved plan is this talking about?
What I have to do, I don't need to, it's on page 49 that I read.
It's not presented. I can show you my page. I can show you my own page. It's just the page after this, where you have now this deed witnessed as follows. Flip to the next page.
Okay.
The first paragraph, that line, the first sentence there, that says out in the approved plan. So what approved plan is this agreement talking about?
You check that agreement. Our own is on page 48. No, it's talking about the agreement between Efab. It's talking about the agreement between Efab and the FCT. That's our own is from 48. From 48.
So which agreement is this?
That one I wanted to explain. That ABS,
yes,
we had an agreement with them. Yes. They have 78 hectares.
So where is the one agreement?
48.
No, we are not going to this one. We are referring to this one. Go back. Maintain this agreement. It states here the Ministry of the Federal Capital Territory and ABS Estates Nigeria Limited. Yes. So it's your agreement.
No.
So which one are you saying your own?
We are not ABS.
We are not ABS. I wanted to.
You are not ABS.
Sorry.
You got to work for ABS.
No, our own is 57 hectares.
What are ABS done?
That's what I want to explain. Our own is 57 hectares. We entered into an agreement with ABS. From their own 70, they gave us around 15, which we now added to our own estate. So we added ABS because they were saying that we include. So we wanted to show the committee that the adjoining plot to our own that was given is ABS. So there's no way we will be employed that we enter there into a school.
Let's ask maybe this way. That the agreement ABS and the page 48, 49, correct? Go to page 49. the provision section 2 there. Are you there? Within the period of 36 months.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Now, if you go down for want of time, it states piece of land, 738 units of housing of the type set out in the approved plan. So where is the approved plan? This is your agreement. It clearly spells out the number of buildings and it says the type in the approved plan.
Approved. That has already been approved before.
Listen. Where is
You
the
don't
approved
have it.
plan?
Instead of you telling us that you don't have the approved plan, you are here deceiving yourself that you are deceiving this.
We don't have approval.
This whole committee.
We don't have approval by development control. I've said this from my opening paragraph. We don't have approval.
Sorry, let me still take you further. Okay. If you go down that same provision, that same paragraph, it stated is build shall be in conformity with the development control manual of the FCDA.
Yes. That's the manual.
No, if you say you don't have in your agreement here, that you need develop, it should even be conformity with development control manual.
Do you have a copy of the development control manual?
So now you are telling us that you don't have from development control. What do you have from development control?
What do you have from development control? Use your mic.
We don't have anything for development control.
Use your mic on it. It's working. Is any mic on? Okay.
We don't have anything for development control. We built based on the building that the approval that the document that was submitted to the committee, which they made their recommendation, and we made corrections. They then gave approval and gave us the development agreement. We didn't go to the development control.
Hello, sir. Flowing from, I want to engage you on what you have said and to be very brief. Now, what you are claiming now is that everything you did on that land happened before the commencement of this. Am I correct? Of the law they are quoting for you. The committee, you made agreement with the committee based on the land as was as at that time. Is that correct? Where is the letter you said the committee gave to you? That is what they gave to you. The window, given that you should come and rectify and update the document, as you stated by yourself, did you catch on that opportunity and what was given to you as at that time?
So the only thing I know that the certification and regularization.
That is what I'm saying.
Yes, sir, you ask me if I can explain, sir. The only thing I know that the certification and regularization we are done on C of O, right of occupancy, not on the development lease agreement. That's what I know. I didn't know of that. They asked us to temporarily certify development lease agreement.
So you should have saved us all this length of time to have admitted all these infractions so committed by you. And that would have been a going forward. But if you are here and you are trying to prove points on where, of course, you know too well yourself that you did not comply with so many things, it will help us reach anywhere. The authority concerned, they are all here, you are here, and everything they have pointed out to you, Madam Chair. Going forward, man, you cannot build something on nothing. It's not possible. If they have done something, and then there is no development plan to be in tandem with what the law says, Madam may want to rule. If they have any document to counter or to justify what they have done, let them provide it. And let the authority, on the other hand, Madam Chair, please, I'm addressing the chair. The authority, on the other hand, should please be ready to give us the punch list of what they have noticed that has gone wrong on their submission, so that you'll be able to rule appropriately on it. I should submit, Madam Chair.
So if if you go to this, if you go to the schedule of your agreement, page 54, it states the condition of lease. The term of rent is 3 years, commencing from the date of possession of site. The leaseor conveys peaceable and quiet enjoyment during tenure. The leasee, which is you now, 1, not to commit nuisance. 2, peaceably to yield up possession on expiry of term. Let's stop there. The chair expressly asked you if you are aware that you are meant to hand over possession, and you said no. In this your agreement, is that not what it states? It's not what it says. Okay, what does it state? So what is it? If you go to the body of the agreement, they gave us 36 months to develop. If we don't develop, all the undeveloped portions of land will go back to the government. We have 36 months. If you are unable to complete within that 36 months, the ones that we did not develop, government will take it back from us. No, with all due respect. Yes, if that's what this means. I'll the legal department of FCDA, please, if you can help me, I don't know if you have a copy of this. Yes, go to this schedule and tell us what the leasee.
One is that the authority should, please, you can listen here, the authority should look at check their book holistically in all their estates, come up with what their checklist of their infraction and send to the committee. Yes, I'm seconding special motion, yes. All the estates. So that we don't go and come back. You list them. The estates.
I think it's better they submit their record of all what they have. Because in our records, we don't see.
You don't have anything about them.
In our record, what they claim they have, we don't have anything about them. So let them submit.
But
Let them submit all they have. Then we'll work on it.
To work from answer to question. They have estates. You are aware it is existing. And you have all your prerequisites based on checklist. Everything you have that a developer must provide, why don't you let us have it according to where they have built their own? That is what this committee is now asking them to go and answer to. We should speak to documents and know we are not going to speak on assumption. You are the authority in your department, in your agency.
You are correct, sir. But what we are saying, what I'm saying, sir.
Officer, please. We are having a motion here. We want to take our motion. When we take our motion, whatever you want to take after, you can say it.
All right.
Please. If you have anything against it, if anybody has anything, you can say, let's take our motion and let's
Repeat that motion again.
Okay.
I want to be sure I had it correctly. What do you want to say before the motion? What is it?
From mass housing, some vested interest in some allottees, which I believe they are the ones developing them. There are some plots, about 13. They have keyed in, about 11 of them they have keyed in, and the remaining 2 which they have not.
You say what?
They have about 13 plots.
Ooh.
Efab.
13 plots.
Yes, they're not bearing Efab. But where Efab development, Efab has vested interest on.
You don't know what to. Okay, well, let the motion go on. Put off your mind.
Okay.
Put off your mind. You are confusing us the most. Go on with your motion.
Anyway, please let's get our house very right and correct. Because If one side is saying you don't have any document about them, and somebody else is saying that they are not answering the name and another name. If you are a shareholder there, you can come and sit in front of us and answer our questions. Otherwise, if you have information to provide, please provide it with this committee. As far as we are concerned, like I said, I want to move our solution. Madam Chair, you cannot build something on nothing. You cannot construct any building in the public area without an approved building plan. And I think at this point, the conjecture, the point of departure is whether they have or they don't have. So I want to move because we all know the consequence of not having such. It's either the government will actually seize such a property or either it will be confiscated or demolition. So I want to move that Efab should provide this committee within 24 hours, today is Thursday, as you may so wish on the date to put the building plan for that, for the estate which they have built on with the attached names. I so move, Madam Chair.
Is there any secondance to that motion?
Then consequently, the authority should provide us with a checklist of all the requirements for estates, establishment, and the building plan, as it relates to EFAB. Thank you.
Secondance.
The list we are talking about is what they are unable to do in each of their estates according to your guideline. Is so simple. It's so simple. So we want that list as a court motion. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I hope you do understand what is expected of you to do. You are expected to provide us with all the necessary information that you have. And also, FCT are expected to provide us with a checklist. Though we have checklists, but in this regard, we want another checklist. For EFAB. Okay. The one for EFAB, all their requirements and all they didn't meet. Provide us with it. Because we need to put this case to rest. And EFAB, now the motion is approved. Going forward, I have question before my ruling, my final ruling on EFAB. Here in your agreement on page 49, you signed for 738 units of housing. How many units do you have now, presently, in EFAB? How many units do you have?
I think it's better we go and get to the office and get the exact.
You do know how many units? Because you mentioned it the day we came. Now I told you before, don't try to be smart. Look, let me tell you. Maybe you are undermining this committee and you are taking us for a ride. We won't let you do that. I won't tolerate that. We'll be very patient with you. We've spent over 1 hour on your case. All for you to tell me that you'll be seated here representing the CEO and you don't know how many units of housing you have. In EFA, is that a joke or what? The last time you came, how many did you tell me? You gave me a figure. If I will remind you, you gave me a figure of over 3,000.
Mr. President.
How many units then do you have?
Even though this agreement is for some of the agreements,
how many units?
What we have is 900 and something.
That's not true. Are you trying to tell me that right now, what you are applying for 900 CFOs? You are under oath, and I'm going to recommend to the minister, anything above 900 CFOs will not be approved. And moreover, until you clear with us, you are at the verge of losing your entire property. I can assure you that. You don't toy with us. You are under oath, and then you cannot be taking us forward and backward. No, it is not right. You have a lot of integrity. I'm talking about the integrity of your company. You can't sit us down when we ask you, you go this way and go that way. No. Don't Don't think others are fools in this generation. There was a window. We have every opportunity. We won't take that.
I'm really sorry if there was a mix-up anywhere. Even with what we have, we told you the figure, the hectare that we have. With even 100 hectares, you can't do 3,000 units. No, you can't. Even
then, how many units do you have?
That's what I said. This agreement showed you at 52 we had 900 and something.
Okay. Even if let us even assume
we got 20 more hectares.
Let us assume that it's over 900. In the agreement here, you signed for 738 units of housing, isn't it?
For 52 hectares, man, of land. And the lawyer explained.
Is this your agreement between your company and FCT?
With FCT, yes.
In the agreement, it was 788. 38 units of housing.
Agreed, ma'am.
Correct?
Yes.
So you went overboard. You are claiming that you went overboard over almost 300,000 units.
Oh my God, I explained here that ABS is that ABS agreement. The adjoining plot had an arrangement with them and took 20 hectares of their own. So that's why if you not put all of them together, what will be in that place? The building Efab will be around 70-something hectares of land.
Do you know anything else about ABS? Is there any record to show that you have ABS? Okay, check it and get back to us. So we are going to be expecting your submission under 2 working days. So you need to submit to this committee building, what approval did you say again? Building plan approval, right? Correct? For all your estates, all your 12 estates. Somebody said they have 12 estates. How many estates?
Yes, that was what I wanted to explain. They have about 13 estates.
So for your 13 estates,
yes,
especially the one we went to, Efab, we want your building plan approval. That's what we want. And we would, yeah. Questionnaire. Did you get the questionnaire we sent to you? Yes, you did. Can I see a copy of your submission? You should have a copy. That's it. You always want to. You filled it and returned.
Yes, ma'am.
Without keeping a copy for yourself.
Yes, I'm sorry about the mix-up. I had to even rush this one, go downstairs to go and get this one again.
What are you people talking about? This is a committee that can even help you because of the people involved. It is assumed, or it was alleged, that you went to a district and allot yourself a whole whooping 50 hectares. And nobody could talk to you. And when the SCDA staff gets to your site and want to stop you, they will be beaten up. This is the picture they have painted. Now is an opportunity for you to redeem your company. And you are here telling us lies. That's not what we expect of you. We want you to come up with what you have, the documents we have. Then let us see how we can regularize these documents because of the subscribers. They never knew what was happening. It's not their fault. They went into it. They bought houses from you years and years ago, and not until now it has not been perfected. These are people's investments. So you see, if you are being truthful to us, we will see what we can do. The havoc has been done. FCDA went into agreement with you and for you to get 738 units of housing of the type. And we are told that it's almost 2,600, getting to 3,000. Whether it's true or false, we don't know. So it's for you to come and redeem your company. So now we expect that you should give us this submission latest by Friday. And obviously, you have to come back here for Tuesday for my final ruling. And when you are coming, Mr. Secretary, I don't think you are in the right capacity to speak for the company, from my judgment, from my little observation. So you are going to be here with your chairman. Let your chairman come and speak to this house. We need some clarity, and we don't think you are in the right position to do that. Thank you very much for coming. You may take your leave. Is there any other company left? I think we're tired. Thank you. Oga Secretary, I'm serious. No. Please don't have one. Meeting of